How Meghan took revenge for the insult from those whom she humiliated. From the very beginning of her life in the palace, Meghan was as demanding as a princess of the blood. With one phrase and her further actions, she insulted and turned against herself people who remain in the shadow of their titled masters but have real power in the palace. Having quarreled with these people, Meghan signed her own death sentence. While still the bride of Prince Harry, the American actress put herself at the same height as all these unpopular Windsors. She did not respect anyone, she was demanding and scandalous. The American could not know about the power that the courtiers have in the palace. The Queen wanted to kindly help her, initially entrusting her lady-in-waiting Lady Hussey with the role of instructor. They have their own living and dining room in the palace and do not agree to carry out assignments that, in their opinion, do not correspond to their position. This is an ancient palace tradition and kings agree with it. During their visit to America in June 1939, King George VI and Queen Elizabeth demanded that their ladies-in-waiting be provided with feather beds and hot water bottles placed in each bed at night. "I am Her Majesty's chambermaid, not an errand girl," the Queen said to the American Master of Ceremonies. He tried to entrust her with some task on behalf of Her Majesty. But the American did not see the difference between these professions and did not know that English servants were no less arrogant than their masters. Servants in the palace are allowed to behave with dignity by special awareness, knowledge of those moments that the people do not know. During the war, for example, everyone thought that in order to share the hardships of the harsh times with the people, the royal family ate thin mashed potatoes and received clothes on restrictive coupons. French chef René Roussin, who served the royal family from 1937 to 1946, recalled that the royal family's daily menu included butter, boiled chicken, roast beef, champagne, and during the hunting season, the king ordered partridge for dinner. In their film, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle accused Buckingham Palace of organizing bullying. The courtiers and royal family, they say, manipulated the press and the Queen and literally drove a couple of dukes out of Britain. Meghan claims in the film that she did everything to please them. She dreamed of being proud of her and wanted to truly become part of the family. But from the very beginning, the courtiers treated Harry's bride with hostility. Lady S spoke about this in her book. One of the Queen's longtime employees compared her to an alien creature that had attached itself to a school of fish. And all the fish immediately think, "What is this? What is it doing here? It's not like us. It moves not like us. We don't like it. Get him away from us." After the tour of Australia, the relationship uncontrollably headed towards a split. The dukes say that the reason is their incredible popularity and the jealousy of the royal family. All public figures, and members of the royal family especially, are very sensitive to mentions in the press. The courtiers told the newspapers about the real reason for the conflict. It was the unacceptable behavior of the Duchess. After this, the yellow press took up arms against Markle, and they began to persecute her. Very explicit stories about her began to appear in the tabloids, in which she was criticized for every little thing. The Inquirer exposed her bad taboo past. The Daily Mail condemned her behavior during pregnancy. The bullying spread to the internet. It was not trolls who did it, but ordinary housewives. They suggested that Meghan go to her America and were even indignant. "When will you leave this world?" Prince Harry is convinced that Buckingham Palace is the organizer of this persecution. Briefings were held there, at which courtiers told each other every little thing they had noticed or heard about Meghan Markle. There are well-established contacts between the courtiers and the yellow press, and it is the courtiers who determine what information, negative or positive, about members of the royal family will appear on the front pages of newspapers. The tabloids are used to bargaining. In order to remove negative information about one prince, newspapers must provide the same amount of negative information about another member of the royal family. Meghan fell into the millstones of this machine. Meghan has become a scapegoat for the palace. They leaked information about her to the press, without caring whether it was true or not, in order to avoid other, less favorable publications. Lucy Fraser, Meghan Markle's friend, speaks in the film. As a result, Harry and Meghan simply fled Britain. This is how Meghan's arrogant attitude towards the servants ended.